All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna shoot over to the underpinning job here. We got the building inspector and the engineer going to be here shortly. Let's go in and have a look before they get here. We're going to be pouring this afternoon too, so we can see the first sections that we're going to be pouring. And you can see we got all the. This is the only way we can get all the dirt from out of the basement. That window, it's actually going to be making that window bigger in the renovation. And we got the conveyor belt to bring everything out. You'll see once we get inside what a shit show it is. So if you look around, like you can see all the numbers on the walls. So these are the sections that they want to do. So like there's a 1, 3, 2. So we're going to try to do all the ones. We're probably not going to get all the ones done today. So these are ready to go. They just got to put the form. They'll be putting the form in front of it, like this one here. It doesn't call for rebar, but we put it in anyway. And here's another situation that is going to have to deal with the homeowner. Here's the existing drain, which now has to drop because we're dropping the whole basement. So it's either going to mean a sewage injector, which means basically all the shit goes to a pit and then it has to be pumped up, or we can get the city to come and out at the street. We know we're low enough outside at the street with the drain, so we can possibly drop the drain, but that's going to end up costing probably about 25 grand if the city does it. So that's a conversation I got to have with the client. So I just want to bring up something that, here, these guys downstairs, Oliver, Craig, Tiny, Craig, I've known, he's been with the company 23 years, and I've used this company for over 30. So it just shows how long, once you get used to having a trade, and it's just loyalty, man. Like, these guys will do anything for us. They're great. They're here. Look at the shit that they're doing. Not a problem, right? They just get in there and do it. So we're going to head back over to the other job here across the street, check out what's going on with the painting. So let's go see what's happening. So we're back here at our new build. We're coming down to the short strokes now. No pun intended with the painting, but that's what it is. We're gonna walk around with Nick, our painter, just explain what it takes to get a half decent paint job, because I don't think a lot of people understand especially when you're gonna spray, the work that's involved. Just prime it, fill it, sand it, I don't know how many times you go through that.
We've been through this so many times, as you know, Jim, and I guess people don't really realize the process in getting something like a furniture finish in your home on site, which is, obviously using the right primers, probably prime it twice, sand it down thoroughly, get it down as smooth as you can. Then you're filling imperfections, you're going over it, you're sanding those, you're vacuuming it, then you apply your first coat.
And then you have all your little blue tape there. That's just showing you more. So
now what we've done is we put our first coat of primer on. We've sanded everything down, vacuumed it, and then we go with a light, and we just kind of go through the whole process of checking everything on the frame and the door. And once we see some imperfections, we fill those, and we put the tape there, obviously, because it dries and make sure we don't miss anything. And then we go back, sand them down nice smooth, and spot prime them, and then get them ready for first coat of paint. Once the first coat of paint goes on, then we'll do a thorough sand again, a thorough vacuum, and then we'll go with the light again and see if there's anything that we may have missed before we do the final. And then it will get sprayed as a final and get it to where we want it to be.
Yeah, because this is like here.
So here we started,
we're prepping now, right?
Yeah, we weren't quite ready to get primer on these because we're delayed with, the plumbers weren't able to get the sinks in, so we had to have this covered up with plastic, and we primed what we could. So now the plumbers came in yesterday, got their stuff done. So we'll sheet up all the cabinetry again now, and this trim's ready to go for primer throughout the remainder of the main floor. A couple of frames in there, and in our staircase. So our staircase, we're working on that now. We got the railing coming in on Tuesday, so we got to get primer on there today, and hopefully one coat of finish. If that dries, the primer dries fairly quickly.
quick.
Yeah, this one that
We
we're
can
using.
show, and we have some finished
We
product
got some
upstairs,
finished
right?
product upstairs. We could take a look at some doors and frames up there. So I'm not sure if the camera's gonna catch this or not, but really you just feel this, and it's truly, the best way to describe it is a furniture finish on this trim and doors. It's hard to achieve because of the amount of labor that goes into it. But doing jobs for Jim, this is what he wants. He wants it done 100%, and we do our best to get it to that.
Now he's at 99.9%.
So we got these ones here. We've done this. So this is the finished product on your doors and frames.
I mean, it's almost the same kind of finish that you get from a cabinet finish that does it in a shop where.
Right. And a shop obviously has all the proper ventilation and to get rid of all the dust in the air. But we managed to do a really, really good job where you touch it with your hand and you really just
like a baby's
smooth
bum.
as a baby's bottom. So now we'll continue through the house, getting the ceilings done. We've been delayed a little bit because of some nail pops. The drywaller came through and noticed that there was some nail pops in the house, which delays us, but it's good because he noticed it now. We won't have to redo it later. So he's coming today. He's going to get those all filled up. A couple of corners that got banged up on the corner bead right here. He looked after that. So once these are all done, we'll continue with finishing off all the ceilings. Everything gets sanded in between every coat, and we do the same thing on the walls. So what we do is we go through the walls, we shine a light throughout all surfaces, check for any imperfections that we might have, dings or whatnot, maybe just created through other trades, and we start our finish coat. Once we got one coat of finish on the walls, we'll double check again, pole sand, double check for any imperfections. If there is any, we'll hit them, and we do our final. All the cut lines will be...
all the trim's done here now,
All
right?
the trim is done here.
Baseboard's done, trim's
Baseboard,
done.
everything's finished, yeah. So we're just gonna start finishing up this second floor. Clients are moving in in a couple of weeks. So I think we're in good shape, but we got lots to do. Right. I think all the trades are other than the plumbers are pretty much done. So we can take over the house finally.
And then back on this stuff here with all the screw pops and that. That's not taking a shot at the guys doing the drywall either.
No,
you have to understand like in a new subdivision, they will allow a year before the screw pops before they'll come back and fix the screw pops.
Yeah.
Here we're trying to get it done sooner than later. And once the house gets the heat in it and everything else in, everything's gonna start to climatize. The ceiling joists are gonna start to shrink a little bit, which will sometimes pop the screw. So
yeah,
we're trying to be proactive then.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that was really good that he noticed them and he went around and got that done. Saves us from, like you say, it's done. Yeah. It's done now, and it's looked after.
Yeah, and again, that just shows the trade, who is conscious about what they do. They come back and they know it's going to happen. And again, they're proactive on it. Try to get it done before Nick has to put a finish coat on it, and then he's got to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have this real smiley face here. It'd be more.
It's not always smiley, that's for sure. For the most part, it's always good. Jim's got a good team here, and he gets everything on schedule, so we're happy. We love working with them and
team, man.
Yeah,
it's all about the team.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Get this fucking place finished.
yeah. Once we get into ceilings and walls, it moves very quick.
Yeah.
Right now, our priority is the trim, getting that trim all done.
The spray is always the
Because of the amount of
biggest
work.
amount of prep, right?
Yeah, it's just a lot of prep involved, a lot of manpower, and a lot of hours to get it to where it is. And sometimes I think some clients, they don't realize they think this is what everybody gets, but it's not. It's not what everybody gets.
No.
You know, it depends on who you hire and quality of work that
Well,
they
it's
do.
also too, like when we go through the whole process of the budget and everything else, like Nick will price the job as best he can because half the time we don't know how much trim and paneling is going to be in it.
Yeah.
But and then if we're forced to get another price, sometimes you see a 20% difference, but when you go look at the quality and look at the prep work that's in the other painting contractor, it's not there. The craziest thing in this business is painting is usually one of the first things that the homeowner would say, why am I paying so much for painting? Yet you just spent $2 million on your house, everything else, and you want to chintz on the guy who's going to make it look right.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. So whoever's out there listening, you as a homeowner, don't chintz out on a painting. Just make sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right about the cost. You know what? It all boils down to the amount of van hours that goes into it, right? You're paying more money only because there's more time being put into it, not
Right.
because, it's costing more for the same job somebody else will give you.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As they say, you pay for, or actually you get what you don't pay for.
Right.
Everybody says
that's
you
a
get
good
what
way
you
to
pay
put it.
for, but it's not what you don't get what you pay for. You get what you don't pay for.
Yeah, I think, in this day and age, everything is fast, and, things are expensive. And I think, we're starting to lose the quality. Sure, I'm sure we'll get a few comments about that, but, it's true. You got to have the pride to do it.
Seems like there's less and less guys that, like you say, taking the pride
Taking the pride and do it.
Because it takes a lot of work. It really does. So yeah.
You know what? I live in this hood. I live beside a guy I built the house for. Live across the street from a house that I built and sold. Live 2 doors down from another house that I built. This is 5 minutes away from my house. We got one across the street that I live in the hood. If I don't perform and give a good product, I'd be ousted out of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So.
As long as I've known you, I've known you over 20 years now, and I always say your trades that you have as your team are just top notch. They're top notch from you, carpenters.
Earlier when we were in here, you saw Slab doing the trim. Slab's been with us for 25 years.
Yeah.
He came to me on one of my first houses that I was building. I tried him on mine. Darren, you guys will meet one day. And he's been with me forever. He's a great trim carpenter. He, taught Slab. Slab has been with us forever. Does his own shit too, but he also comes in, he takes care of all the doors. We have a system with him. He comes in, does the doors, does the trim. On some jobs, we just get him to do the doors, and then Darren and the other guys will do the trim. But it's a team, man. That's it. It's not one individual person that runs around. Oh, I did all this. No, it's everybody. It's a team effort that starts with the guys across the street that are digging in the mud.
Yeah.
Enough of the team rah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You gotta mention it because it's the truth.
So we'll be back, I guess, another week or so. We'll come back and have a look, see how everything is. So any comments, likes, shares, send them our way.